I do recommend binding it so that you don't run into an issue where you might potentially use like an emote instead of your
I mean, you go out with style.
Okay. Where's my
They
squirrel?
ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine. You just can't get into it because they would never understand.
All right, this is awesome. We got a bunch new updates from Diablo team during the fireside chat today, and we got some great news. They actually listened to the community, and pretty much all the issues we have been seeing have been addressed. So let's go over them right now. A big controversy in the XP farming and XP gaining sphere is that farming dungeons is more efficient than Nightmare Dungeons. And that was never the goal. The intention with Nightmare Dungeons was to be the end game way to level and get glyphs and experience and everything like that. So they are finally going to be buffing Nightmare Dungeons. Obviously, they did a lot of hotfixes to minimize the dungeon density of normal dungeons. So that is going to be done, but they are going to be increasing the monster experience in the Nightmare Dungeons, as well as possibly increasing the loot. So those are going to be way more efficient, way more effective, and you'll be leveling up quite fast. So that is a great addition. They also mentioned even adding a waypoint or teleport to the Nightmare Dungeon. So now instead of having to go back to town and finding the closest waypoint and running to the dungeon, you will be able to teleport directly there, and that is awesome. Another thing is you will be able to cycle dungeons. You will be able to go from dungeon to dungeon and even recycle your own dungeon if needed. So running those dungeons back to back will be super quick, super efficient, and you will not be losing precious time on your experience and buff potions. Some of those buffs are quite expensive or hard to get, such as Lucky Hit Chance potion, or any of the higher tier potions are quite expensive. So that is actually a very nice quality of life update. Now, this should actually be launched before Season 1. The expectation for Season 1 is mid to late July, so expect that hopefully sometime soon. Okay, now in terms of Renown grinding, no one wants to do Renown multiple times. I didn't even like doing it the first time really, but it was a nice way to explore the map. So what is going to stay in the seasons? So your Altars of Lilith and Fog of War are actually going to stay. You are going to keep the Renown points from that part as well, so whatever you've done, you're going to be able to see. You're going to have your waypoints every season. You don't have to go unlock them, and you'll have your altars. This is going to give you enough renown points for the potions and the skill points. So the first 2 tiers of renown points for each capital city. So after that, you are going to have to complete your own side dungeon renown as well as the side quest renown. But hey, it's a lot better than redoing everything. Another thing, a lot of people have complained about the gem space in your inventory, how awkward it is and how much you're always going to be picking up gems and holding on to them. They are going to be making gems into a material so that it actually goes in with the rest of your materials. And then that way, when you want to create and upgrade a gem for your gear, you'll be able to do that from the jeweler and just update it that way. You'll be helping clearing your inventory a ton. So everyone asks for a gem bag. There you go. They're also going to be increasing the material cap. I noticed I hit the max for that basic leather, but they will be increasing that material cap. It's currently 10,000, but they should be increasing it a lot more or give it no cap. Now this one's a big one and really relevant for me currently as I'm hardcore. For hardcore, the Scroll of Escape is going to be buffed immensely. It's actually going to be very useful. They're quite aware of the hardcore deaths that were caused from server disconnects or bugs. They're working on them. They're trying to fix them. They see the hardcore clips. They see YouTube. They know what's going on. They know our complaints. Now they're actually trying to implement a Scroll of Escape on disconnect. So if you disconnect from the server side, they will try to actually implement a Scroll of Escape for you if you disconnect, and that will hopefully save you, teleport you right to town. Obviously, it will be a little bit tough to determine if it's an actual disconnect or not, so it might take some time, but that is something that they are looking at. It might take a little longer, so expect that maybe by Season 2. Some people have gotten higher tier cash rewards than their level, and they weren't able to open it. That is a bug, and they are working on that as well. A lot of Druid players have noticed that they have been getting Barbarian unique items, and that is obviously a bug, so that is going to be fixed as well. And hopefully we will be getting more Druid-specific uniques more often. I know a lot of people have complained about not getting those key items for certain builds like Tempest Roar or even Vasili's Prayer. They did mention some buffs that might be coming to the game that will be coming a little bit later, and hopefully will balance out the classes even more. By the way, there are still a ton of spots left for that hardcore challenge. Those 1,000 players, luckily I'm one of them, but there are 734 spots as of today. So there is quite a bit of time. You can definitely get it done. I know a friend who grinded it out and got it done in actually 4 days from death. I saw him die at 96 and he got level 100 again on another character super fast. Obviously, that was before the dungeons were fully nerfed. And don't forget to tweet. They do know that everyone is stacking armor because of the way that it works and how resistances are kind of harder to calculate and understand what you need. Now, they might be making some changes to that eventually. However, it is a complicated system, so we don't know when the updates will happen for that, but expect something soon, maybe within Season 1 or 2, but maybe the meta of stacking armor will no longer be. Alright guys, so I think that's pretty much it for everything that is really important from this update. I hope that was helpful. If it was, drop a like on the video and feel free to subscribe. I'll be making more updates and more videos and build guides as well. So I appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.